Paul Flash 89, how are you, brother?
Good, mate. How are you? You all right?
Good, I'm good. You're in London at the moment, are you?
Yep. Based in London. So we've just come, as of this week, we've just come out of our lockdown. So it's good. We're actually able to go get a drink, and it's good fun. It's been a hard winter, to tell you that much.
While you've been based out of London, have there been any kind of standout club shows or club nights that you've found your way into?
Yeah. So pre-club, I actually had like a year of just normal London life, which is really cool. Obviously, it took a while for me to get settled in, but I managed to get to a few shows, which is really cool. I managed to get to an Elro, which I went to two of them actually.
Epic.
I went to the London Elro, which was featuring like Camel Fat, and a Halloween one, and they're crazy shows, man. I haven't seen anything like it. And I also managed to get to like a Printworks as well.
Oh, epic!
But it's massive, and like the production level is insane.
Seeing that, look, also pre-COVID, that video of Gorgon City playing your song Body Talk during their epic Creamfield set, man, that must have felt amazing to see that. I mean, that is set full of originals, and for your tune to be one of very few that they were playing to 10,000 plus people would have been phenomenal. You've also had DJs and radio show support from guys like Salado and the Elro crew and Joel Corey. What has that kind of helped support or justify where you're going with your sound?
It just feels good, man. To like the people for artists that you look up to and admire to play your records. Kind of to me, it just shows you're on the right track and you're doing the right thing, and it just kind of supports I am definitely on the right track.
You've collaborated with Sonny Fodera, Go Freak, Diego Lima, like epic collabs. Do you have like a normal way of approaching a collab?
The way I approach a collaboration is I'd like to write the idea as if they didn't want to collaborate on this, would I want to finish it? Would I want to work on it myself? And I typically want to make sure that everything's there. It's got to have the hook. It's got to have the groove. There's no kind of like, oh, this has got a good beat, but I haven't got this part yet. I like to have the whole record there in like a little short form. And then we kind of go from there. And I found I've had the most success that way.
Your newest single, Elixir, it's an absolute cracker. Big building piano stormer. I love it. That looped vocal really gets in your head. Any stories you can share around how Elixir came about?
It came together actually in the peak of the pandemic. It was one of those records that, you just kind of get in a groove and all the pieces of the puzzle sort of fall into place. The record was done, but I kind of felt like it could have done with an actual vocal. It's actually probably the first time I've been able to put together a personal record, because it's a record sort of speaking of coming out of a tough relationship, which I'm sure most people have been through. That point in time in the relationship where, you've been thinking about this person for some time, and then you finally hit that point where, your mind stops sort of racing and thinking about that person every day. And you're kind of like, look, I'm actually all right.
Yeah, the key line, I don't think about you. I don't think about you anymore. It's an awesome loop.
Yeah, well, that's it, man. It's literally just about that. It's like, I don't think about you anymore. There's no ill will or anything like bitter about it. But it's just that feeling of like, look, I'm, getting over it and moving forward.
And Elixir's part of a wider EP with the remix from Deep Shakers, which is epic.
Man, I'm such a fanboy of those guys. Their production is so sick. It's a sick groove. Like, I reckon it'll absolutely tear up the clubs.
And I hear there's big news. Hey, what's the plans with you coming back?
I'll be back kicking in Australia come May. So I'm super excited, man. Back. I just want to see some sunshine. That's probably the biggest thing.
And you also will be reunited with your dog, Ajax.
He's actually probably living the dream, because when I came over to the UK, he moved in with mum onto a property, and now he's living with 6 other dogs. So, because my mum actually breeds dogs, so to see the little fella and kick around with some dogs is the dream.
That's so good, dude. Well, we can't wait to have you back in the country. Big love.
Cheers, man. Good to see you. Cheers, brother. Good to see you.
Cheers.